watch
How?
this?
How?
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 Ew,
How do you watch this?
Dude, I'm gonna pee my pants.
Hi, you're listening to our 100th episode of How Do You Watch This? A movie review podcast where each week we recommend a movie in the genre we love, but they don't. My name is Demi and I love horror.
My name is Megan and I love romance.
And this week we decided to do a movie that is considered both horror and romance. So we
Yeah.
are talking about The Mummy.
Very, very excited.
Mhm.
I have never seen it before up until this past week and heard lots and lots of good things. So it was about
Yeah.
time. It was about
Yeah,
time.
definitely about time. This is
Yeah.
a classic,
Mhm.
and we'll see if it still holds up as a classic.
Yeah. I mean, one of the things I reviewed this like it was true horror, but it fits more in the genre of action adventure, I think. Although
Mhm.
I do remember being a kid and not being allowed to watch it because it was too scary. So if you're ever
Yeah.
like wondering the caliber of fear that was allowed in my house, like that was too much for me. And meanwhile, for you, you were like, this is child's play.
I mean, it creeped me out. I was creeped out,
Yeah.
and I do think there are some creepy moments still.
Yeah, for
I'd
sure.
I'd consider it horror, but it's definitely a ton of action in this movie.
Yeah.
Very like Indiana Jones-esque type of
Yeah.
movie. But you know, it still has horror, and yeah, it's definitely. I don't say more kiddie, but it's very more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Lots of comedy and all kinds of things just wrapped up in this
Yeah.
movie. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I said for a thread that it was episode 100.
Good. Yeah.
And I mean, it's romance horror, so a little
Right.
bit of both. So it was released in 1999. It is PG-13, 2 hours and 4 minutes.
Mhm.
Director, Stephen Sommers. All right.
I was surprised with how long it was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, I guess a lot does happen in this movie, but I was not expecting it to be 2 hours.
Yeah, I didn't either, but it went pretty quickly. Travis watched it with me and he also had never seen it before.
What?
Yeah, I
Oh
know.
my gosh.
I know. So
I
it's
would
very
figure
exciting.
like everyone has seen this movie.
I know,
but-
not us. So I'm gonna lead the review since I haven't seen it before, and Demi is going to butt in, and we're gonna
Yeah.
kind of tag team it a little bit. So feel
Mhm.
free. I've cut out like a couple different storylines, so feel free
Okay.
to
add them
like
in if they're necessary.
yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of storylines, so
Yeah, exactly. I know. There's a lot that happens in this movie, and I was like, okay, either we're gonna be here all day,
I know.
or I'm going to remove some stuff. So in the prologue, because as we know, prologues galore, left, right. There's like this is another double prologue one where you get two little
Yes.
intros. So we learn the story of Imhotep and Anksu-Namun.
Mhm.
And this is one of the advisors, I think, for the pharaoh and the pharaoh's mistress. And essentially, the story goes that the pharaoh's mistress is not allowed to be touched by anyone else. And she's covered in what I would think would be like henna or some sort of paint, body paint or something. And that way, if anyone touches her, it becomes very obvious to him upon first appearance.
Yeah.
If, you know, whatever, something happened.
The actress was naked except for pasties and a little thing covering her coochie. So she wasn't just full body paint, just like crazy.
That's wild. I thought she was in some sort of sheer thing, but that was just paint, I guess. So,
Nope, that was her body.
I mean, she looked amazing.
Yeah, she
She
did.
looked great. I was like, wow, that's good for her.
Love that for her.
Yeah.
Not jealous at all.
No. This is it. I'm 100% supportive of this. I did go to Travis. I was like, what do you think of that? And he was just like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's twitching.
And I was just like, okay, sure. So she basically starts fooling around with Imhotep, and his priests kind of guard them so that it doesn't get found out by the pharaoh, but the pharaoh ends up seeing that her body paint got smudged. They get caught, and the guy Imhotep kills the pharaoh, and the girl kills herself. It's like a lot, or she kills herself, then whatever, it doesn't matter. Basically, she's dead. He steals her body, takes her to the city of the dead, and he uses the Book of the Dead to begin a ritual to bring her back to life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him, he was caught before he could complete it, and then he was cursed with like the most violent, horrible, awful curse that's ever been cursed.
Yeah. So cursed. They've never done it before.
Yeah, exactly. Everywhere they were like, I never thought this was ever done.
Yeah.
And it's also like a curse where you're like, don't know why they did that, but
Yeah, I guess it's just like the most torturing.
I guess.
His soul can never rest, basically.
Yeah, because he killed the pharaoh, and the pharaohs, I mean, in ancient Egyptian lore, they are considered gods. So, not great.
Yeah.
So, ever since, he was basically buried alive, and then scarabs were put in his sarcophagus, and he was like eaten and whatever. It's cool. Cool for him. Ever since, a group of people called the Magi kept watch over the burial ground to make sure no one ever resurrected him, because should he come back, it would be bad.
Yeah. Very bad.
Yeah, very, very bad. So the year is 1926, and it took me a little while to realize that was the year. At first, for a while, I was like, wow, these archaeological like techniques are not good. Why are they not wearing gloves? And then I was like, oh, it's in the 1920s. Got it.
Yeah.
So fan favorite Brendan Fraser is in the midst of battle in this second prologue. His life ends up being magically spared when a face appears in the sand, showing the viewer that this curse is in fact real. So we don't really, like, no one really knows. He doesn't really see the face, but, like, we see the face.
Yeah.
And he runs away, and I'm assuming and then we go to a city, and I think it's Cairo. Yeah. But I don't. Okay, so they're in Cairo, and we meet a clumsy librarian, Evie, who accidentally knocks over every shelf in the archive space because,
she tried to reach the book over to another shelf behind her on this ladder and falls.
Yeah.
And that scene was done in one take because it would have taken way too long to redo everything.
No way.
So luckily they got it. But yeah.
That's insane. So her brother Jonathan shows up and presents her with this special box that holds a map to the mythical area known as Hamunaptra, aka the burial ground that we mentioned.
Yes.
So when the duo shows the head librarian, he's like waving it around and accidentally burns it. And I was like, Travis, do you think that was on purpose? And he was like, I don't know. It's like, cool. All right.
So great to talk to her. I love it.
And so because I was enraged in my notes, I was like, this is a priceless artifact that you're burning. Like, you're not a librarian. What's happening?
For real.
And he's like, oh, it's better off. Like, we don't, that's not even probably true or whatever. And you're like, this is a 3,000-year-old map and you're going to burn it.
And like, the way they were just like holding it and unwrapping it, and I'm like, please.
God,
it's so old.
I know. It's gonna disintegrate in your hands. So it's after this happens that Jonathan admits he actually stole the box off of Fraser, who is currently in jail. So then we see Fraser, and I literally wrote, God, he's so hot. He was giving major George of the Jungle vibes in the jail cell, and I was just like, man, I need to rewatch some of these old movies with him. I was at my parents have this like whole collection of DVDs from when we were kids, and I was looking through, and so many of our childhood DVDs had Brendan Fraser in them. I was like, wow, he's in a lot of these. Kind of want to watch them.
Yeah, he was a big part of the childhood. You remember Monkey Bone? It's an obscure one. No? Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've seen that one.
That one definitely is not like kid appropriate, but it had this like cartoon monkey in it. It's like he's like an artist, and he has this character, and basically he dies and goes to like this afterlife limbo, and the monkey's a character there, but the monkey's like a big pervert. So it's definitely not like for kids, but I remember watching it when I was younger. And that's an obscure one that I feel like not a lot of people have seen, but I I thought it was pretty good. I'd have to give it a rewatch to see if it's still good.
Yeah.
But Whoopi Goldberg's in it too. So.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so understandably, when Fraser sees Jonathan, he punches him in the face because he stole from him. And then he kisses Evie and tells her to get him out and that he will take them to Hamunaptra upon his release.
Mhm.
For some reason, he's set to be hung.
Yeah, all it said is that he had a very good time.
Yeah.
And so it's not said why exactly he went into the prison. I don't know. Got drunk and started a fight. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Something-
Because his
something
personality, like, later is so different
Yeah.
than the jail version of him. So who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But
Yeah. So Evie barters for his life, but she isn't willing to sell her body. So they're like, all right, hang him. And they drop the floor out. And luckily his neck doesn't snap,
yeah.
which is like, I mean, what are the chances of that?
Yeah.
And it's at that point that she's like, all right, I'll tell you about Hamunaptra. And it's like, dude, this is your only chance to get to Hamunaptra. And you're not throwing out the
know.
big guns right away.
Right, right.
So she offers the jailer 25% and then they cut him down. So
Yeah. In this scene, Brendan Fraser passed out because the rope was like too tight on his
dude,
neck.
they like act.
He was like actually like tied up in that scene, and so he passed out, and they had to only for like a tiny bit. They had to fucking resurrect him, dude.
Shut up!
Yeah.
I would never let someone put that around my neck with the expectation they were actually going to have me dangle from my
Yeah.
neck.
Dude, like crazy. But yeah, so
That's absolutely unhinged. Wow.
Oh,
I hope he got paid a lot.
probably not. Well, I mean, he was getting paid decent, I think, at the
decent,
time.
but
He was casted after being seen in George of
Yeah.
the Jungle. So
dude, I was obsessed with that movie as a kid.
yeah, for good reason. I always thought it was Tarzan, which it technically is like Tarzan.
Yeah, I did too.
But-
That's where I was like last week, and I was like, wasn't there a live action Tarzan? That's what I was thinking of with him.
Oh,
but
okay, yeah.
no, unfortunately, I mean,
Yeah.
it's similar.
Yeah, close enough.
You
Yeah.
know,
It's the best
God.
live action
yeah,
Jungle Man will get. so.
exactly. I have it like ingrained in my mind, his little yell. Anyway, I'm not gonna repeat it because that's horrifyingly embarrassing. Imagine if I did, just like started like.
It's for 100th episode.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm sorry. I don't like our podcast listeners enough. I'm sorry, guys. Not enough money. Okay. We next see everyone boarding a boat, and we learn that Fraser's character's name is O'Connor. His last name is O'Connor. Great name. It's just like a very like he's an adventurer name.
Yeah. Rick O'Connell.
Dude,
Like,
I
ooh.
was devastated when I found out first name Rick. Rick?
True, but together,
Yeah.
it sounds nice. It sounds like an
yes.
adventurer's name.
It is good together, but when he was like, call me Rick, I was like,
Yeah.
call him O'Connell.
O'Connell is, and that's what
Yeah.
she does. Evie does just call him O'Connell.
Yeah. It's better. But he magically doesn't have a single bruise on his neck from being hung. I was like, wow, he's built different.
He gets a little haircut.
Yeah.
He's all groomed up.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. And she's like a little like,
I mean, yeah. Like,
and
oh.
she can't stop thinking about the kiss because like, obviously it's 1926. It's probably her first kiss, but
yeah, she's not getting action. Like, she's definitely like
No.
this little nerdy
yeah.
loner virgin woman.
Yes. So, and she looks like not recognizable to definitely maybe version because like she
Yeah.
has they did her eyebrows in like the 1920s
Yeah.
style where it's just like
Yeah.
pencil thin on. And I was like trying to visualize it. And I was
I
like, wow, she
know.
looks so different.
Honestly, the thin eyebrows look so good on her.
Yeah,
Like,
she can
looks
rock
so
it.
good in this movie. Yeah.
So that night on the water, the Magi end up in Evie's room to try to destroy the remainder of the map. And I'm going to be honest, there was so much potential for this scene. She's in her night dress. She gets thrown into the water at some point, and I was like, we're going to get like a you know, some sort of scene of like tension. They
Yeah.
didn't give that to us, and I am disappointed. I would have liked
Yeah.
just a look, just a moment.
I mean, there were some like moments on the boat. Like, you can tell
Mhm.
that she's interested in him
yeah.
and he's there for her. Like, so there's like definitely moments you can tell there's like an
Yeah.
attraction. But yeah, there wasn't a scene like that. But her nightie was completely see through, and they had to put white special effects over because you could see everything.
Yeah, that's
And
what I was
like,
thinking. I was like, she's in a white nightie and she got out of the
Yeah.
water. I was surprised that it wasn't like more
Right.
scandalous than that. And I will give them props. Like I appreciate in the 90s that they didn't take the, low hanging fruit, but I still would have liked a little,
A little something. Yeah. He was in rescue mode completely. Like, he
Yes.
wasn't even thinking
yeah,
about
I mean, but like priorities, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? So the reason she was thrown overboard is he was saving her from the ship that was burning. They had left the map and key behind, but the brother Jonathan manages to save the key. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter that they lost the map because O'Connell has it locked in his memory.
Yeah.
Once they get back on land, it's a race against the Americans. Those Americans to get to Hamanatra.
They're a little important, but
Yeah, they are. And that's why I mentioned them. I was like, can I delete? No, I can't delete this. I can't delete it.
yeah, the Americans are also looking.
Yeah.
They're led by Benny, who is O'Connell's friend,
Yeah.
previous soldier buddy, but he is a big wimp and
Yes.
a pain in the ass.
Like at the very beginning in the prologue, he was like,
Mhm.
I'll stand by your side no matter what. And then the minute shots fire, he like runs off. So
yeah.
he doesn't know how to hold his ground. Evie makes it to the scene first, riding a camel in a way that can't possibly be realistic. There's no,
Tut,
there's,
tut, 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 tut. She's so cute.
I know, she really is. Do you know I've ridden a camel?
No, that's so cool.
Yes, I rode a camel. I went to Morocco when I was in college, and we
Oh.
rode in the desert on camels. It was
What was that like?
crazy. I don't know. It was just like,
That's a huge animal you're riding. That has to be pretty cool.
yeah, it was cool. It was like a great experience. I just like don't know how to describe it because you're just like really tall up,
Yeah.
and you're just like
It's like
bopping
rocking.
along. Yeah, it's like what I imagine riding a horse is like, but
Yeah.
on a camel. And we had like that. We had to wear headscarves and stuff to protect from the dust and the
Right.
sun and everything. So
Yeah.
it was a very novel experience. It was
Very cool.
a cool time. Despite the fact that she got there first, there's territorial disputes over dig sites.
Yep.
It was obsessed when O'Connell starts just like stuttering over her. He's suddenly just very nervous around her. He went from being the stud who was like kissing her and like flirting, and then all of a sudden he's starting to get attracted to her, and it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, hold on.
I
This
know. I think like her and her element is probably just so attractive. She's so
my God,
cute
yeah.
and it's just like, oh my God, this she knows like everything. She's just like
Yeah.
going off, and it's like it's cool. Like I would be like, oh, so cool.
I know.
Tell me more about
It's like
this
really interesting.
stuff. Yeah.
Can
Tell
you
me
read
more
that book
about
to
this
me?
statue.
So he ended up getting her an archaeological kit. He says he like bought it off the Americans, but he stole it. The whole place, this entire Hamanatra area, is understandably booby trapped. They wanted to make sure that no one would ever resurrect Imhotep. So there's like a point in time when the Americans end up releasing acid. At the same time, the jailer, he's there too. Remember, 25%, whatever. He steals all these jeweled bugs, and they actually come to life, turn into scarabs, and bury themselves in his brain and kill him effectively. Real nasty.
The scarabs scared me forever. Like I literally was like, what if that happens to me? What if a bug goes under my skin and crawls? Like, what would I do? I had like a plan to try and like survive that, but that was definitely the scariest. Probably my most. I would say it's my most memorable scene because it's like forever just ingrained in my head. That scene.
Oh, my most memorable scene is the jail scene.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, that's just because it's printed.
Yeah.
Revelations are made. Sarcophagus is found. It is labeled "He shall not be named," which reminds you of Harry Potter. She totally stole that. Okay, so
She steals everything because she sucks.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, oh, of course she did. So the Magi show up and raid the American camp. The fighting is very slapstick, and it's just kind of like one of those fun actions to watch where you're not like grossed out or closing your eyes. It's just like very goofy, and they just keep magically avoiding bullets. And
they're just like like jumping around, and it's goofy, but it's like
really
fun
great.
adventure. Fun action. Afterwards, O'Connell teaches Evie to fight, and we learn, and I wrote in my notes, we learn rather disappointingly his name is Rick.
But there's like this cute scene. She almost kisses him and he's like so ready for it, but she falls asleep on his chest.
Yeah, she's like drunk. So.
Yeah. The next day, the Americans find a box that says death will come on swift wings to whoever opens the chest. So what do?
We open it, baby.
I
Knowledge is
would
power.
never. They find the Book of the Dead and canopic jars. Evie and company open the sarcophagus at the same time, and the mummy is released. There are claw marks inside, and the words, "Death is only the beginning," carved with fingernails.
Yeah, so apparently there was gonna be like more scenes regarding that, but because he looks fleshy looking, it's because the scarabs were eating him, but then he was also eating the scarabs, and it was like a constant back and forth. 'Cause,
What?
like they're both like, God, I don't know. They both had just like this energy, so he was alive for like longer in the coffin than
Horrible.
expected, and I'm like,
Horrible.
ugh, that's gross.
I hate
That's
that.
horrifying.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Why would you literally, like, listen, if it was me and I was buried alive, I would starve myself. I would rather not eat the scarab let me prolong this torture. No, you're not coming out of that. You're not going to escape. I guess if you think you're going to escape, but...
And it's interesting because the scarabs work fast, but I guess for him, he was like a different breed, and they just weren't eating him as fast, or couldn't.
Could be part of the curse, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I also want to mention that I'm pretty sure the Egyptians were given like specific features that seemed to be stereotyping. It felt like they were doing their brows up in a certain way, almost like maybe they used white actors and made them look Egyptian. I could be wrong.
Yeah, the actor for Benny, because I was like, is this man?
Yeah,
like, he is, I think, white. I saw a picture of him, and I'm like, that does not look like Benny in the movie. So I think there's a little bit of brown facing with Benny.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was looking at him, and I was like, I think you're a white man.
Yeah. I mean, the actor who plays the Magi, he is Israeli. I have names here. I should probably give names. So...
Yeah, I just looked it up really quick. The actor who played Benny in The Mummy is named Kevin O'Connor. So yeah, he's white.
Yeah, he is white. Yeah, Oded Fair is the Magi guy, whose name is never said in the movie in the first one, but it is in the second one.
Oh, it
it's
is.
Ardith. Yeah, anyway, it's the 90s. So we're like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. They're just going to
Brown
do what
enough.
they gotta do. Yeah.
Horrible.
I just looked it up, and the guy who plays Imhotep is South African. So they were probably like, I mean,
nice.
It's in Africa.
You got the job.
It like doesn't matter that he's Dutch and German and whatever. Okay. So there's this line that O'Connell says where he turns to the guy next to him and he's like, "You're in her seat. Move." And I was like,
yeah. He says that to Benny.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, slay me, Brendan. Oh my God.
Like, I love him with her. He's like so gentle with her and just patient. And I just love it. It's so cute.
Absolutely.
She deserves it. She's a queen. So.
So Evie proves that she isn't very smart by stealing the Book of the Dead and reading from it. She's talking about this curse of the 10 plagues, dude.
Yeah. I mean, curiosity sometimes.
Killed the cat, though.
It's not good.
Yeah.
But as intelligent people who want to know things, sometimes you got to take risks.
Yeah, I get it. I guess.
It wasn't a good move, that Evie, but I don't think she knew much about this book. She knew about the gold one.
Yeah.
I forget the other one she brought up.
The Book of Amun-Ra.
Yeah, this one, but still.
Yeah, not great. So she ends up unleashing a great and terrible curse, and the mummy wakes up and locusts come out. Everyone is on the run. One of the Americans loses his glasses and is clearly about to be the first victim. The mummy steals his eyes and tongue.
I always felt so bad for him.
Dude,
out of all the Americans, he seemed like the nicest. He was the one.
And he was like kind of cute.
Yeah, he was. He was like pretty handsome.
I would.
He was the one that O'Connell stole the tools from.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always felt bad for him. He just seemed like a nice guy, and I was like, shame.
I know. It was really upsetting.
We lost a baddie.
Yeah, we really did. But he's he's trying to walk or run away from whatever's happening, but it's clear where the tunnel ends and where the walls are. You see his blurry vision and you see light. Dude, I don't care that I don't have my glasses. I'm running.
Yeah, I'm fucking booking it.
Yeah.
But I don't
He's
know.
like walking like Velma in Scooby-Doo, like hands out. So O'Connell shoots the mummy, doesn't do shit, and yet that doesn't stop them throughout the entire movie trying to defeat him with bullets. Like, it never works, you guys.
But also, the mummy's taking a liking to Evie, calling her a Nuxanamoon, so not good.
He's got the vibe. The Magi show up. There's a weird prayer scene where Benny, who you mentioned previously, prays to every god he can. He's got like all the necklaces of all the different religions, and he's praying to all of them. And I think it's when he starts praying with
Judaism.
Yes, exactly. I was like, is it Judaism that he's I thought it was the Hebrew star he was holding. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, I don't know if maybe like language just like made sense to Imhotep, but he spares him. And then
it's because he recognized language. So he said it was the language of the slaves people at that time. So he knew that language. And I guess that's the only other language he knows other than his native, which I'm not sure what his native language. Egyptian? Is that?
Yeah,
correct?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, ancient Egyptian.
Okay.
Which we don't really know what that would sound like because we only had hieroglyphs.
Yeah. Right. So, but yeah, Benny lucked out. And he always just keeps lucking out in this fucking movie. But yeah, so.
Yeah, well, kind of. So he ends up partnering with Imhotep and helps him get stronger throughout by basically like the poor freaking eyeless, tongueless dude. He like basically sucks him dry and whatever. It's just horrible. It's really
sucks him dry.
He does. He's just a shriveled husk in his chair. This poor man.
Yeah, basically the people who stole the jars, he needs to find those people and consume them. So, and in order to come back fully. So yeah, he did take the eyes and tongue, but it wasn't enough. He needed.
Which makes me think like, what if like 50 people, would he have just gotten only like incrementally stronger with each one? Or if one person opened it, it's like one and done, boom.
Well, it was 4 jars. It was the people who took the jars. So it would have only been 4 people. Yeah.
Okay. So as this happens, the mummy continues to get more human. They still try to shoot him, but cats scare him. I thought that was going to be how they defeated him in the end, but it's not. Just it's how they scare him off. Yeah.
Just have the cat in like a little
I would have done it. I would have been like, you're coming with me.
I mean, it was a good move because he was like real freaked out by the cat.
Yeah. So Imhotep wants to sacrifice Evie in an effort to get back his girl. He keeps killing Americans. He also kisses Evie with his gross, decaying mouth.
Yeah.
I would never. I would use so much mouthwash. I don't know how you ever come back from that. That's disgusting.
Yeah, agreed.
That's when they decide they have to get the Book of Amun-Ra to stop him. I guess it's like the antithesis of the Book of the Dead. So Imhotep manages to kidnap Evie and take her to Hamunaptra. O'Connell enlists the help of a friend to fly them down. Imhotep tries to stop them, and this is my deleted scene because it's so cringe the way that the actor has to like, he basically makes a sand screaming face.
Yeah.
That comes after them, but he has to make that face in real life, and so he's just standing there like and I absolutely was like, that is horrible.
Also, like, his outfit, he just has this like little wrap around him and this robe, and he's just topless, and I'm like, okay, servant looks like that shit. But this scene, like, out of everything in this fucking movie, this is the most unrealistic, where they have Jonathan and the Magi Man on the wings of this plane because they couldn't be inside with O'Connell and the pilot, and they're just holding on somehow when this like swirling sandstorm is happening and trying to consume them. And I'm like, and they survive.
Yeah.
The pilot doesn't. And I'm like, I don't think the pilot was old enough to die from that.
No.
But okay.
He dies, and then immediately his plane gets grabbed into quicksand.
Yeah, quicksand.
And it's just like, dude, and you know why they survived? They survived because Evie distracted Imhotep by kissing him.
Yeah. It was, it's so goofy. It's so goofy.
It's so,
oh god, I was like,
ridiculous.
I was cracking up. I like forgot they were just on the wings, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like insane. Like, I know a mummy resurrected, but like, come on, guys.
Jonathan and O'Connell find the Golden Book. There's lots of fighting and stuff, but he manages to read it off and make Imhotep mortal again. Then O'Connell stabs him and he dies. Which, by the way, like, he did manage to start to bring back his beloved, and she's just like in this desiccated body, just like crawling around. Like, oh my god, okay.
Yeah, she needed to kill Evie so she could, I guess, come back fully.
Yeah.
It didn't work out because she got killed again.
Luckily.
So. She was creepy. I did not, if I was Evie getting chased by her, nope, too much for me. Did not like that.
Agreed. Meanwhile, the Benny from before was trying to steal goodies from the tomb, and he had this whole satchel full and was like, you know what, not enough. And he went back to get more. Ended up setting off this lockdown sequence in the tomb where everything started shutting down. Jonathan, Evie, and O'Connell make it out in time, but Benny gets trapped, eaten by scarabs, and then the whole place blows up.
Yep.
And Jonathan's like, what? We didn't get anything out of it. And O'Connell's like, speak for yourself, basically. And then him and Evie just like make out.
Jonathan's like, ugh.
Yeah, he's like, gross. Camel. And I was like, dude, why are you coming onto a camel, bro? That's a choice. And we see as they're riding away that one of the full bags of gold was on one of the camels, so they did actually get away with something after all.
Yep.
And that is the mummy.
My gosh.
Yeah. Tell me more about it.
Okay, so there is a sequel. It is not as good. It's fine if you wanted to watch it. It's got more action. Basically, the plot is that Noxonomoon's reincarnated. And so she is like, I think like an archaeologist, something like that. And she's trying to find the book. And things happen. I forget really.
How is she able to? So she's going to be able to bring him back?
Yeah, basically it's like swapped kind of situation.
Even though the entire place exploded and his body was in a pit of like tar.
Yeah, I don't remember how it's done. I've only seen it like maybe twice.
Okay. Is Brendan in it again?
He is. Rachel's in it. They have a kid in the movie. Everyone's back. Everyone's back. Even like everyone's is in the movie. But like it's fine. It's the CGI, like even in this one, the CGI never looked really great. So it continues.
Okay.
And then there is a third one as well, but Rachel did not come back for this one, and Brendan was in it, and it was really, really bad. And unfortunately, it was a cool idea because it went over the what's that tomb where the oh god, the guy was buried with like 1,000 soldiers.
Oh, in China?
Yeah,
they did the. God, sorry, I know it, and it's
I forget like the
freaking name.
But it was like based on that, and I was like, oh, that's like a cool idea, you know? But it was like really shit. But yeah, so I have a few facts. In Universal Studios, there is a mummy ride. It's really, really good.
Is it?
It's one of my favorite rides. So it opened up in 2004. It's called Revenge of the Mummy.
Okay.
And they recently renovated it. So last time I went, I could not go on it, which was really depressing for me. But yeah, the ride was so popular that the lines would stretch into the main park, and riders would just wait for hours. And to alleviate the stress of waiting, when the lines would start moving, fans would wearily chant Imhotep, Imhotep like in the movie.
That's amazing. My God.
Which is really funny. So I assume that the line is a little better because now it's like all inside.
Dude, that's wild.
Yeah.
I've never been to like Disney or Universal or anything. And
you need to
I don't know that I could but I don't know if I could handle waiting in line for hours.
The Mummy ride should be better, especially with the new park now. Honestly, now is the best time to go because they just opened up a whole new park. Yeah. So more people will probably go there. Universal is really chill. And you can stay at one of their really nice hotels. It is like $400 a night, but you get an express pass. And so it's worth it. You can just get the express pass and you can just walk into the park or take the little boat. And so you get a really nice hotel. You can walk to the park and you get an express pass.
Do you get paid by Disney to...
Not this is Universal, okay?
Sorry.
I love Universal, so...
I know. I want to go. I would love to go someday.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Egyptologist was brought in to phonetically render what the language might have sounded like for dialogue.
I like that.
Cool. Yeah. They couldn't actually shoot in Egypt at the time because of unstable political conditions.
Yeah. Still pretty similar to today, I guess.
Yeah. So apparently, like, filming was just a mess because they were in like the Sahara for some portions, and there was a medical team created a special drink that the cast had to drink every 2 hours to deal with dehydration. And also snakes,
Oh,
spiders,
wow.
and scorpions were a problem, and many crew members
No.
were bitten and had to be freaking airlifted after being bitten.
No.
So that's like horrifying.
No, thank you.
Yeah, this fact is amazing. So one of the cloaks that were lent by a British costume rental company
Yeah.
was given to an extra in one of the scenes, and it ended up being made for Alec Guinness when he played Obi-Wan in episode 4. So some extra was just wearing Obi-Wan's cloak in the movie.
Stop it! Could you imagine?
Oh my god. That would have been so cool.
My god, it's like
So
iconic.
So, the Magi were originally supposed to be tattooed from head to toe, but the
Okay.
director vetoed it because the main actor was too good looking to be covered up.
I mean,
agree.
he was.
I like his
He
little, he's got a little bit
I
on his
know.
cheek. It's good
I
enough.
was like, yeah, that's a vibe.
Yeah, I like that. I would not like him fully tatted like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, don't cover his face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So the names were real people, but they were not authentic. They were like different times and
Okay.
stuff. So Imhotep is a real historical figure, but he
Yes,
wasn't the
I
high
knew that.
priest.
Yeah.
He was an architect, and he did like some pyramids stuff, which is
Yeah. He eventually was seen as like godlike by later generations of Egyptians, because ancient Egypt is a very, very, very long time. Thousands and thousands of years. Cleopatra is closer to our time than she was to the beginning of ancient Egypt.
It's just like fucking nuts, dude. I can't like picture it. I think that's like crazy.
No, I can't believe that one culture managed to survive for that long.
Yeah. Well, they were
Yeah.
serpent. So Seti the first, who was the pharaoh in the movie, also was real pharaoh, but he ruled around 1300 BC, so almost 1300 years after Imhotep. Anuxinamun was an Egyptian princess who was half sister to Pharaoh Tut, and they lived mid 1300 BCE. So real people, slightly different than the movie and time periods. So
Yeah.
pretty cool. Okay, this is a weird fact. I don't know if this is accurate, and I'm not going to go back and look. Okay, so the actor who played the jailer guy, Omid Djalili, he, for some reason, apparently chose not to wear underwear. And the part where he's writhing in pain with the scarab in his skin, his genitals kept falling out.
What?
So the director had to do, like, some editing, and apparently you can still see some of the unedited nudity for like a few frames during one shot.
No.
If you really wanted to look. Apparently, when he's screaming, "Help me," and grabbing his pants, you can potentially see his genitals. But I'm like, why was he not wearing underwear?
Why would you go through so much after editing to fix when you could just be like, put on undies, bro?
Right.
We see your junk.
So, yeah, interesting. I will not be looking into that deeper. But
I'm good.
Yeah, so those are the facts I have.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I guess we can both go through
I think we have to.
both
Yes.
type of reviews.
Yes. Well, you said your memorable scene was, and again?
It was the scarab scene. So the man genitals out scene. It's my most memorable.
And what was your deleted one?
It's probably gonna be like the plane scene as well. I just thought it was like really goofy. It wasn't like it's fun, but it's just a little silly.
Mine were specifically around the decaying kiss, like that whole. I mean, ugh. But like, I mean, I know his face wasn't decaying the second time around.
Yeah.
But that alongside his like scream face and everything was just like, it was too cringy for me.
Yeah.
Main character. Smash.
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 And then what we have, main villain.
Yeah, well, for horror main villain, I said pass.
I don't know, maybe. I think like, he went through everything to try and bring his girl back, you know? That's
Right.
dedication. And he
Okay,
looked
but
pretty good in his little, like, open robe thing. He is bald, but...
it did. Some men can work bald. I will say that. I didn't feel like he worked
Yeah.
bald. I feel like I was.
He was just very clean.
It was too clean. Yeah, if he had a beard, maybe.
Yeah. I'd smash fucking... I don't care.
All right, fine, but I'm a
I'll give him
no.
a
It's a pass for me. But you know what? You do you. You do you. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I'll take Brendan.
Side...
No problem.
I'm taking both, so... Side character, who Jonathan?
Evie or John? Oh, I guess Jonathan. I would think Jonathan.
Yeah. I love Jonathan. I do.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's just not for me. Magi?
No.
Yes.
Magi, yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Magi, yes. Smash.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no problem. So, survival chance.
0.
Yeah, I said, wait, was I doing it in the wrong direction? No, it's fine. I said 4. So
Okay.
I gave myself a slightly higher chance just because I don't think I would have unlocked the book. Like, I don't think I would have
It's fair.
gotten to the point where the mummy became real. But if the mummy was real, it would be fully dependent on O'Connell to save me. Like,
Yeah. I think I would have just died going into the tomb.
Yeah.
Just bugs. I just would have found a way to die. So it's just not for me. I know my survival's 0 for sure. I have no athletic ability. It's not good. So
Yeah.
Likely to fall in love. I'd say 10.
Yeah.
I think, you know,
There's
it's a good situation here. Yeah. There's
He saves your life. The only con would be that he like stole some stuff. But like,
who cares? 1923.
I mean, with a face like that, it's fine.
Yeah, no.
Right?
It's a 10, yeah.
Yeah. Pretty boys get away with everything. So
They do. Pretty privilege.
Yeah, it's a real recommend. To non-horror or non-romance, yeah, either one.
Yeah.
I will say, I feel like for me personally, it was a little lighter on the romance than I would have liked. I would have liked more. I always like more though. For me,
yeah, of course. I mean, there were 2 romance plots, right? One was with O'Connell and Evie, and the other was Imhotep and Anuxin.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's
not as good, obviously, but there were 2 2 plots. You know, that was his main motive to bring his girl back. So
it was part of the story. There was a moment of romance. I just. I don't know. I'm just like so into him and would have loved more.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, but it was great. It was good, and I was happy with it. I just would have loved more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. What would you rate it? Yeah.
I'm gonna rate it 4.5.
Okay.
I still really like this movie. I think it's really fun. I think there's a lot of good in it. The humor still holds up really well. The action's still good. Like I said, the CGI never looked good, but it's fine. It's it's whatever. Yeah, I still think it's a really good movie.
So what brought you down half
I just think like there's some cheesiness, like the plane scene. Some scenes are just not necessary. And honestly, like, the CGI's, like, the mummy doesn't really look very good. And like I said, he never looked great, but I just wish he looked a little better in his, like, skeletal form. Yeah, so that's why I'd bring it down a little bit, you know? I wouldn't say it's a 5, but if people want to say it's a 5, I fully support that. In my heart, it's a 5, but if I want to give it a better... more realistic, still a little biased rating. It's gonna be a 4.5. So.
I was struggling a little bit with it where I was going back and forth. Part of me was like, I feel like on principle I should give it a 5 just because first of all, I love it when my horror movies aren't really scary. Right. So there's that, but like on actual quality, like actual movie, I would go a little bit lower. And I think that it was a little goofy and like campy, and I love a good camp. I would probably say maybe 4.75 if I'm like not giving it the highest marks. I mean, 4.5 is still good. I think that like it just depends on how critical am I being? Am I being super critical of it in the romance sense, in the whatever? Yeah. So I'm gonna go 4.75 just as like a higher end, but I do feel like it's good and it's worth watching again.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
it
it's
was
definitely a movie
yeah.
I would just watch over and over again, have on repeat, 'cause
Yeah.
it's just fun and it's just a light watch. So.
Yeah, I agree. It was good. I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I am excited for our next horror romance mix because I think that would be really fun to do more.
I know there's definitely some you're not gonna probably like as much, but
Someone told me Nosferatu, and
oh, it's on there.
No, dude,
it is romance.
I don't.
It's a romance. It might be more romance than horror.
Dude,
if you can believe it.
no.
I'm not even like fucking around.
Dude,
I swear. It's not even just like the vampire. Like it's her with her husband, and then the vampire with her. There's a lot of like romance.
No way.
It's gothic.
That's why I hate gothic. I hate gothic.
It is a romance, but it is gothic. I know you
hate gothic.
Well, I don't think you would like hate it because it's got a lot of pretty, like really aesthetically.
Is it like The Lighthouse?
Stuff. Yeah, it's the same director, but
he's a weirdo.
He is a weirdo. I loved it. I thought it was so good. Brett hated it.
Yeah. Cool.
And so I think you would like not like it, but I don't think you'll despise it.
Okay.
It's a little intense, but I don't know. I thought I love gothic horror, so of course I was all up on it.
Okay, I guess.
Anyway,
someday,
we're not gonna pick that next.
No,
it's just on the list.
It
counts. But you know, that's like way later. Well, you know, we won't touch that for a while.
We want to start doing more combos. I would like to maybe, once a month or so. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Maybe people will love it. Maybe people will hate it.
We'll see how our planning goes.
Haven't been great at doing that, but trying.
We'll make it work. Yeah, because we do have. There's quite a few movies on there.
For next week, back to a strong horror, I'm sure.
Yeah, I got an interesting one. I wanted to give this one to you, so I'm excited.
Okay.
It's Sinners.
Okay. Don't know it.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Look it up right now.
All right, I'll look it up right now. Okay, well, I know him. I know the actor.
You haven't seen anything for this? I'm shocked. It was like everywhere.
Dude, it's a horror movie. Why would I see it?
But still, it's like a new.
What do you?
Not like seen it, but like seen posters or clips or anything.
None of it's looking. Oh, okay. The one now, everything was orangey, but when I see the one that's like the poster with the sky background, that I've seen.
Yeah. Okay.
But I've seen that poster, and that's literally it.
Okay. Well, this is exciting then. If you know absolutely nothing about this movie.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay, so Sinners. It is a very, very new horror movie, 2025. Okay. It's got Michael B. Jordan, Haley Steinfeld, fantastic cast, and it is about these two brothers, and they come back home to Mississippi to start again, and they want to start up a like a bar. So they are doing this thing, and I don't even want to spoil it. Okay,
then don't. You don't have to tell me. It's fine.
There's some evil in the area that comes around. So that is basically the plot. I'm really excited. I think you're gonna like this one. I think you're gonna really like this one. Okay, so you can find it on HBO
I like
Max.
Michael B. Jordan, so that's good.
He's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, he's good eye candy. So like I said, lots of really good actors in this movie.
Okay.
A lot. It's goody. Like a lot of praise for this movie. So I think you'll like it. It's not really super scary.
Okay.
I don't think. It's horror, but like not a lot of jump scare stuff.
Okay.
So you can find it on HBO, Hulu, maybe. And I think that's about it.
Okay. Yeah. Last week when I went to go watch The Mummy, even though it said that it was on Prime for 8 more days, it was not on Prime.
Prime lies, dude.
Such a liar. I was livid.
Lies.
Yeah, Prime lies.
So, so you can watch that.
Okay.
Exciting. All right.
Okay. Close us out, I guess.
Okay, I guess. So this is how do you watch this? I don't know why I say it like that.
Thanks for listening.
This is how do you watch this?
Thanks for listening to our 100th. Our 100. Can you believe we've done this 100 times?
100 times.
It's a lot.
Crazy.
A lot of movies.
A lot of movies. Yeah. find us on TikTok at How Do You Watch, Instagram, How Do You Watch This. You can email us at howdoyouwatchthis@gmail.com. If you like the show, please give us a review, a good review, or don't. And recommending to a friend. And we'll see you next time for Sinners.
Yeah.